It's odd because on this computer, I don't know if it's the network's fault or what, but
We are not like Lot's wife, you and I.
yeah, it
We feel no particular
keeps
need to
disconnecting.
turn back. There's nothing to be seen if we did. No tired old man parting the cliffs with his arms. No gifts or Bibles laid out on the sand for the taking.
Can I just jump
No
the
tides
fence?
turning or the
No.
shrieking gulls overhead. The bones of the hermit are no longer laid out for the taking. I have stolen them away to the guts of this island, where the passages all run to black, and where we can light each other's faces by their strange luminescence.
Can I, F6. Okay. Good to know. Let's press that now. So if we get anything strange, I'm surprised that it didn't autosave my game, but maybe I haven't gone in far enough for it to autosave.
Dear Esther, I met Paul. I made my own little pilgrimage. My Damascus, a small semi-detached on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. We drank coffee in his kitchen and tried to connect to one another. Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet.
Are you serious?
Responsibility had made him old. Like us, he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life.
Thought I was stuck for a second there. Yeah. I'd rather they have, like, put in invisible walls as borders. If, like, in some places you can completely screw yourselves. Or yourself. Not to say that that was a place where I completely screwed myself, but... like that one time where I fell in the water. And yeah, it does look like the plant life does, like, change its direction as you sweep by. I suppose our goal is that lighthouse? We'll just have to see. Oh, we have to go step in the stream anyways. Oh, look at that sunlight. Just in time for our trip to the grave. I think this is a grave. Oh, there's a symbol. More chemistry stuff. Molecular stuff. Is there anything else on different stones? No. What could this all mean? Like, why do I get the feeling that this guy's, like, actually dead? There's something magical at work here in this island. What is going on? That wind sound scared me. This is slightly, I think we progress to the next chapter. It scared me. I thought it was like the water bug again.
Dear Esther, I have now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times. But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my Ordnance Survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turn-off for Sanford and the welcome break services. But although I can always see it in my rear-view mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
Interesting. What is he looking for? Or what was he looking for? Are those the ships that we came in? Oh, there's two ships. Actually, there was another one back there where I died to the water. Not really died, but you know what I mean. So that's 3 ships total so far. Is this island just like a... Do you guys see that? What is that? It almost looks like the shadow of a person. It like scared me. Yeah, playing a game like this and getting scared, like...
All night the boy has kept me lucid. I sat, when I was at the very edge of despair, when I thought I would never unlock the secret of the island, I sat at the edge, and I watched the idiot boy blink through the night. He's mute, and he is retarded, and he has no thought in his metal head but to blink each wave and each minute aside until the morning comes and renders him blind as well as deaf-mute. In many ways, we have much in common.
Wait a minute. That thing out there? That's not what I saw, because it wasn't blinking. So what is it that I saw here? I don't know. Well, I'm going on a lower path now, so I can't see. But, that still leaves me... Yeah, because from this far away I can still see it blinking, so it wasn't a matter of render distance. So there was some shadow there, but when I went there, there was nothing to cast that shadow. Just kind of ominous. And I don't know if it's like the limitations of the game or if they intended it to be this way, but yeah, he like bumps into solid objects, yes, but he doesn't seem to have an effect on anything. Like he can't move objects. Like him bumping into this cardboard box doesn't move it or anything. Huh, I thought for sure he would give me a talkity-talk here. What did we learn about going in water? Let's not go near the water. It's just a strange rock.
There must be a hole in the bottom of the boat. How else could new hermits have arrived?
What? What hermits? Okay, I can't go to the boat, so time to turn around. I mean, I understand why he can only walk. It's a mood sort of thing. But, it's a little bit annoying.
I had kidney stones, and you visited me in the hospital. After the operation, when I was still half submerged in anesthetic, your outline and your speech both blurred. Now my stones have grown into an island and made their escape, and you have been rendered opaque by the car of a drunk.
Does that mean she died in a car accident with a drunk driver? Wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Oh my.
What charnel house lies at the foot of this abyss?
Yeah, really.
How many dead shepherds could fill this hole?
The sound of the wind here is disconcerting. How close can I get to see the... Do you guys hear that? I can't actually, like, look to the bottom of it, which I would like to do, but... Oh well. I suppose it's good for this guy to keep away from that sort of thing. Oh, a house.
I've begun my ascent on the windless slope of the western side. The setting sun was an inflamed eye squeezing shut against the light shone in by the doctors. My neck is aching through constantly craning my head up to track the light of the aerial. I must look downwards, follow the path under the island to a new beginning.
This music is the one that was on the trailer. Nice scenery. We're almost at the house, guys. And we can see what lies inside.
The bothy was constructed originally in the early 1700s. By then, shepherding had formalized into a career. The first habitual shepherd was a man called Jakobsen, from a lineage of migratory Scandinavians. He was not considered a man of breeding by the mainlanders. He came here every summer whilst building the bothy, hoping eventually that becoming a man of property would secure him a wife and a lineage. Donnelly records that it did not work. He caught some disease from his malcontented goats and died 2 years after completing it. There was no one to carve white lines into the cliff for him either.
Well, that's rather sad. All he wanted was a good life. Oh, I see. To preserve the looks of the plants, it like twists to depending on where you are. Interesting.
My heart is landfill. These false dawns waking into the still never light. I sweat for you in the small hours and wrap my blankets into a mass. I have always heard the waves break on these lost shores, always the gulls forgotten. I can lift this bottle to my ear, and all there ever is for me is this Hebridean music.
Is it just me, or was that a different voice than the one we usually hear? Fucking gall! Nothing in here. Alright, down the slope we go. Apparently this is supposed to be a short game, but not sure how short. Well, don't want to fall down there. Is this right?
In a footnote, the editor comments that at this point, Donnelly was going insane as syphilis tore through his system like a drunk driver. He's not to be trusted. Many of his claims are unsubstantiated, and although he does paint a colourful picture, much of what he says may have been derived directly from his fever. But I've been here, and I know, as Donnelly did, that this place is always half imagined. Even the rocks and caves will shimmer and blur with the right eyes.
Is he trying to, like, give me clues as to what to do, or what? With the right eyes? What is that supposed to mean, huh?
They found Jakobsen in early spring. The thaw had only just come. Even though he'd been dead nearly 7 months, his body had been frozen right down to the nerves and had not even begun to decompose. All around him, small flowers were reaching for the weak sun. The goats had adjusted happily to life without a shepherd and were grazing freely about the valley. Donnelly reports they hurled the body in fear and disgust down the shaft.
What?
But I cannot corroborate this story.
Why fear? It's just a dead body. Poor man. That's rather sad, though. No one cared for him in the end. Not even the goats.
Climbing down to the caves, I slipped and fell and have injured my leg. I think the femur is broken. It is clearly infected. The skin has turned a bright, tight pink, and the pain is crashing in on waves, winter tides against my shoreline, drowning out the ache of my stones. I struggled back to the bothy to rest, but it has become clear that there is only one way this is likely to end. The medical supplies I looted from the trawler have suddenly found their purpose. They will keep me lucid for my final ascent.
The fuck is that weird noise in the background?